So like I said, it's Saturday now. I have a free day. I'm actually going to try to get my shift linkage on my car done. I've had the kit for a really long time, but it's a pain in the butt to actually change the shift linkage. You got to pull like the exhaust off, drop this little heat shield, pull the whole box itself down from the bottom side of the car, which is just ridiculous. And I tried it before and it just got annoying, so I didn't do it. But I'm actually starting to lose first gear because it's like it doesn't want to go into first gear, so I kind of need to do it now. So we're going to try and attempt to do that today, and if I have enough time after that or tomorrow, I'm going to go to U-Pull and pay because I need a window regulator for my driver's window because it finally died. So I'm going to swap it to manual so it just can't break anymore. So yeah, that's the hopeful plan for today. Let's go. Alright, so before I get started, I think I'm going to pull both these cars out of the garage real quick and give it a quick little cleaning because it is a disaster in here. Alright, garage is nice and clean. All this space now is all, I couldn't stand looking at it any longer. But this is the shift linkage rebuild kit I got. I believe I got it from Euro Training a long time ago. I'm not sure what's all left in here I need to do still. Thing. This is the portion that goes inside where the shifter is. And then I don't know what a lot of these pieces are, but hopefully we're gonna get them all put together today. So I'm gonna pull the car back into the garage, get it jacked up, and hopefully we can figure this out. I don't know, last time I tried it was frustrating, but alright, we're gonna see if I remember how to do this. So I believe, let's see, let's take this off. This is a real pool ball, by the way. Drilled out and everything. Alright, that's out of the way. I believe we pop this off. There we go. Okay, thank you. Alright, so that's off. So once most of the center column's out, there's a bolt there. There's this one and this one. And I believe I gotta pull this center rack out or back a little bit. And we'll get it out of there. If you can see down there at the bottom, is the one bushing ball. It's down there, and then the tunnel goes through here. You can see that my shifter is very, very loose. The front and back's not as bad. I fixed one up front, but the side to side is still pretty bad, so we'll see how this goes. All right, moving to the back of the car here. On the side of the console, oh, this way, sorry. There's these little pieces that are here, which we'll do, pop them off, and there is a Phillips head in there on both sides, so we need to take both of those out, and then this sides backwards, and that's the next step, I believe. All right, once both screws on both sides are out, this should just lift. Throwing my light everywhere. Should just lift up like that, and then you'll pull it back like that, and then you can get to the other bolt that are up in front. All right, back up front. I paused for a minute to watch a couple of YouTube videos on how to do this. What I'm doing, showing you guys now. There's a bolt down here and two up here that you can take off, and this whole center console slides out, but I don't think I'm going to do that because all of my air ride stuff is like back through here and inside there, and I don't necessarily want to pull that out and have to take some of this stuff apart. So I'm going to get in under to that bolt there, and that'll be the one holding the shifter box up, and then I don't need to take all this out, I don't believe. So we'll see. So I'm going to take just that bolt off, and then we're going to jack up the car and go from the bottom side and hopefully get my exhaust unbolted and be able to drop this whole thing down. Because if it doesn't drop down and get out, then we're kind of screwed. So. Alright, this top bolt there is out. It's right here. It's a 13mm if you're wondering. And this nice ratcheting wrench. So that's out. So now we're going to the bottom of the car, because the car is now jacked up. We're going to go down to the bottom and hopefully be able to get my exhaust up there to one bolt, and then we're going to drop it down, probably going to remove that support back there, drop the exhaust down out of the way, get the heat shield off, and then the box should drop down, hopefully. And then there's a couple pieces that are more up here. Down back there's a 13mm at the end of the shifter rod that needs to get taken off. Alright, updates. Good news. We're actually making some good progress here. I got the exhaust unbolted there, you can see, and we only had one casualty. This bolt sheared off because it's stupid. but 2 survived, so it's good enough for me. That's off. So now what we're gonna do is the heat shield, you can see up there, that's around it. We're gonna try and get these little stupid screw things off. Pull the heat shield off, pull the exhaust down a little bit, pull the shifter box out, rebuild it, and put it back together. Sounds easy in theory. We're making progress. This took forever. Like, I have all these different sizes, and these stupid nuts are all types of rusted. But it's okay. We're making forward progress, so it's whatever. But I want to see how my car sounds with no exhaust. So let's see how this is. That's enough of that. That's obnoxious. Right, stupid heat shield is out. If that goes back in, it'll be a miracle. But it's out. A little bent, but it's out. Okay, so there's 2 more bolts left. They need to come out, and the box should drop down. Should. But we are getting it out. Check it out. It's out of the car after hitting my head on the jack and the roof of the car and a bunch of other things. It's out. So yeah, there's a piece in the front that you loosen up that's held onto this piece. So when you get this down, you can slide that piece out and put the whole thing back. So now this is out, and there's more bushing up on top that needs to be swapped out as well. But now I can go ahead and take this whole thing apart and then try and match pieces from this to this, because I have no directions, but I'm pretty good at matching shapes, so we'll see how this, I got this. Alright, this is where I'm at so far. I got the shaft rod thing out. I got this bottom piece out as well, so that's the old one. This is our new one here. This is the new roller ball piece that goes inside that. That's the old one there. This is where the rod goes through. This is what was left of my bushing. So there's no more of that. So I can't imagine why it was hard to find gears. So there's the new bushing in there. It's gonna go inside that. We're gonna put the ball back in. I don't know if I'm gonna replace this piece here, like the slider. Like, that's where you hit first gear on the left, and then if you go down and under, that's how you get to reverse. Down and under the little groove, it holds in reverse. But they're rivets, and it has new rivets in here, but I don't actually have a rivet gun, so I may just leave that. It doesn't seem like that's the problem. It seems like just the bushing down the bottom, and this one was the main problem. So gonna hopefully start reassembling and get it together. All right, last update before I have to leave. I got the bushings out of there. I showed you. This is the new fancy orange bushing that goes to go in there. I got the bottom piece out, which is this, and I have the new one over there. I got this ball off the bottom of here, which is really stupid. There's this little like pin that goes through the center. There's a little hole right there, you can see it. You gotta kind of like bend it and smush it up a little bit to get it out. Then I'm gonna put the new ball on and reassemble, but that'll be later tonight. I have to leave here in like 20 minutes, and I won't have time to put this back together. So I'll be driving the Jetta truck until we get back. All right, so it's about 9 o'clock at night. I just got back, and I'm determined to get this put back together and finished tonight. So what I have to do now is I have some packing grease here. I'm gonna use as like a lubricant. Make this, because this is really stiff and it's a pain in the butt to get to go in there. This also needs grease for the ball here, so it spins around nicely and works on there. And I think that's it for grease, and then it's just reassemble and put back together on the car. But it's dark, so I'm gonna get my big fancy lights here in a minute and get those all set up, but hopefully this is done relatively soon. So after like 30 or so minutes of fighting with this stupid thing, I finally got it to go through without break. Well, I punched a couple holes through it, but it doesn't matter. new with some holes is better than what I had before, so it's okay. But like there's pieces of it that I had to like shave off, and I used the torch to heat it up, and oh, this is a nightmare. This is like the most annoying thing, because this piece is super like ridiculously stiff. It's like almost like hard plastic, and the hole it's going into is it's stupid. I don't know. It's a whole lot of dumb. But that's finally there, so now I can actually start to reassemble some more things and hopefully get done sometime soon. It's about 9:35 now, so now it's like 10:18. I still really haven't got anywhere much progress, but okay, so I was trying to put the shifter rod back in through the new bushing, and it's super tight now, so it's annoying to have to try to put it in at this retarded angle. So I made it better, cut a big hole in the back, so now I can push it straight through the entire way, and I don't have to do this dumb angle maneuvering garbage. So Volkswagen, you can learn from this. I made this better, and I don't need that back piece for any reason. It's just the shifter box. So now I'll have this lovely hole here. After I push it back through, I can, you know, put a piece of tape over it or something fancy. But yeah, so hopefully now after this, and that's all I'll put back together in here, it'll go smoothly back into the car. But I'm not really I'm just cutting things. I don't know. It's late. I just want to go to sleep. But this is got everything put back in on the bottom side. The shifter box is back in. The rods through. Heat shield's all back on. Everything is connected, and it all went mostly smooth. And now this is back through. You can see, barely moves. It's compared to before when it went like all the way left to right, and then it goes through the gears. We're here, first, second, third, fourth, fifth. Back to neutral. So yeah, I mean, it obviously fixed my problem. I haven't drove it yet, but this feels much better. I will never ever do this again in my life. This was the stupidest thing of my life. The garage is a giant mess. I had to cut things, I had to yell, I had to throw things. 10 out of 10 would not recommend to ever do this for any reason, but I'm glad it's done on my car, thank God. So we're gonna test drive it. Hopefully everything goes smoothly. Then I'm going to bed because I am sick of working on this car. All right, we're back. It's Sunday morning. Just finished with church, got changed. Mustang. About to go run and go to U-Pull and Pay. So I got a window regulator for my car and get it fixed up. And then as you see, where I'm in the Jetta truck, it's all wood back here. But one of the guys who goes to this church, he's a welder, and he said he can probably hook me up with some roll cage bars to get this all kind of finished out. So once my car's back on the road and this thing's back in the garage, I'm gonna talk to him and see if I can't get this thing finished up so my car can get put in the garage and sit there while I get the VR6 and stuff swapped in. So we'll see how that goes. But we're off to U-Pull and Pay now. So we just got to U-Pull and Pay, and there's this super sick Forester here on these 1552 Turbo Max. This thing looks sick. I actually might be getting a set of these wheels for my car. This thing looks crazy. I don't know who this is, but it's awesome. But yeah. All right, made it inside. Must be a sale going on today because there's a lot, like behind me, you can see over there, check out, there's a lot of people here. But I didn't see any Volkswagens in the parking lot, which is good. That means there's no one here stealing my stuff. So I should be the only Volkswagen Mark III owner here today, so I can get all the goodies. So let's see what we can find. I need a window regulator manual with a crank. That's what we're here for today. I always find other things that I just happen to need, so we'll see. Here's the first Mark III I found. Custom lake trunk setup. But this one's all the back window regulators are still there, but the front, the one I need, is gone. So on to the next one. Found a 1993 Volkswagen Fox. Haven't seen one of these in a really long time. And then we got a Mark II GTI here. And then another Mark III. Oh my God, look at this dash. What is going on in this thing? Oh, good Lord. And there's not even a regulator. Alright, so there is no front driver window regulator anywhere here. They're all taken. But that one Champagne Mark III with the god-awful blue dash actually has two manual crank rear window regulators. So I'm gonna probably take both of those so I can have back windows at least. And then I'll just figure out something for my driver window in the future. Oh, look at this paint. Look at this paint. I don't know if you can see that flake. That's fancy. It's like a fishing boat. Alright, let's see these regulators. There we go. So yeah, you can pinch that down and it slides off. Kind of a pain in the butt sometimes, but that actually worked fairly easy. So now there's Allen keys around here, but I don't think I'm gonna take this off. I think I'm gonna, actually no, I need to do this properly, or somewhat properly. That comes off. And there's 2 screws inside there, Phillips heads. Alright, once those are loose, there's Allen keys around the whole thing here, but I don't think I'm going to deal with those today. I think I'll rip the whole thing off if possible. There. Alright, now that you can see, we're going to spin with our crank here. Go back down so we can get to the arms holding the glass on. There should be 2 there. And you have the bolts 1 and 2, I believe just 2 on this one. Yeah, 1 and 2 that hold the whole bracket together. 1, 2, 3 to take off. I believe they're 10 millimeters. Alright, so after a little bit of maneuvering, it's out. This is the whole assembly. It's just this piece and the crank. Pretty simple. Down here, it's 10 mil and 10 mil. You may have to pry these little rubber pieces off the window. They get stuck sometimes. And then you just push the window up and you just kind of fight it for a little while to get that out of there. But eventually it gets out. On to the next side. Alright, just got back home. Only got the 2 back window regulators for this car. I couldn't find anyone for the front driver's side, so I'll just find another time. But I'm gonna go ahead and swap those 2 in, I think, here in a minute. Probably wash that car, and then I have to wait for Greg to come over because I got the whole thing finished up last night with the shift linkage, but it's not aligned properly. So like where my first gear would be, it's actually third, like kind of how Larry's car happened. So I didn't drive, that's why I was in that car today. So he's gonna come over later on. I'm gonna try to get that all sorted out so I can drive to work tomorrow. If not, I'll be taking the Jetta truck and then hopefully getting that thing put together and running, getting a full built rally truck soon. Right, we're back. Greg's still not here, but I'm gonna go ahead and tent this on my own. I went on the internet, did some research, had some food. This is the, oh, it's probably backwards. It's the alignment tool for your shifter, which mine I didn't do because there's no instructions and I kind of just winged the whole thing, but it mostly worked out. So I'm like 98% there, but I'm feeling motivated. I think I know how to do this now. This goes inside the top of the shift box and holds the shifter from going too far to the left. And then you go down to the engine part and release the bolt on the end of the shift rod, and you just like move it back and forth or something like that. So I'm gonna attempt a bunch of different things and maybe this will work. All right, so this is how the alignment tool goes, I believe, because this fits on there, and there's this fancy little slot for that, so it holds this from moving. That's why I believe that's how that goes. And now I gotta go to the front or the engine bay and loosen up the little clamp that's around the shift rod, and then I think I just move it around. I'm gonna read some more. I think you kind of just move it back and forth and keep trying it until you get the gears where you want them. So I guess we're here. All right, so I think I got it after using this thing here. So back and forth, and you can hear it click, click, click over, and then I have my down in my reverse. So I think, and I just wrote through all the gears just now, and they all went. So I think they were the right gears because I can hear it clicking into gear now. And then I'll take you guys under the vehicle here, if I can get under here with you. Okay, so if you look, hold on, let's see if I can angle this. Right there, this thing here, kind of dark, but that right there is the end of the shift rod, and there's a little slidey bracket on top of it. And you loosen it, you can slide this bracket forward or backwards. So when I first put this back together, I had it all the way to the front, and all my gears were wrong. So the first thing I did, I took it all the way to the back as far as it can go, and then I had reverse and a couple other gears, but it wasn't clicking in all the gears like you heard before. So I went and put it halfway and right in the middle, and now this time I can hear it clicking to all the gears, and it actually went through all the gears up off the ground. So I'm gonna put it back down here in a second, and I'm gonna go for a drive and see if that fixed it. But hopefully that's all I needed to do. Alright, just got back from driving around the block. Everything works perfectly, thank the Lord. I have all my gears and reverse. The car got back in the garage. Last night I had to push it up the driveway into the back. I had no reverse, so it was just really stupid. So, long story short, if you're going to do your shift linkage, be ready to want to kill your car, because I wanted to burn it to the ground. I was so annoyed. But anyways, I'm pretty much done with this. Alpha class meet October 22nd. We'll see you guys there. Until next time, later.